Well, hello everybody and happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. We have a lot to talk about today. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Erin Bies. I'm a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist. And I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm debunking all the science that they like to throw around to try and recruit you into a multi-level marketing company. Can we talk about the shirt? That wasn't very evidence-based of you, right? Yeah, not very evidence-based. We don't love that. We love science over here. Anyways, I've also got some new jewelry on. Very excited about it. You're going to start seeing some different things on here. I did film 3 videos today and a whole bunch of stuff, actually. Filmed a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm excited for you guys to see that coming soon. What is up with you guys? How's your day been? Yes, get out of top chat purgatory. Make sure that you click live chat. And today we have Trilivy. Now, if you are like, wait, what is Trilivy? I've never heard of that. They are Optavia rebranded. They added a sprinkling of like 3 different ingredients to their fuelings, and now it's a whole different company. But the funny part about it is that they're using old science. They're using a study from 2016 that was published, we'll get into all the details, but I believe was published in 2019, and it was on MetaVantage and Optavia, but this is a new company and the fuelings are completely different. So how does that work? Well, we're going to find out today. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, if you would do that, that would be amazing. If there's an option to hype it after, if you want to do that, that would be also amazing. And without further ado, let's just get into it. Did I attach this? Hold on. Hold, please. Why are you not playing? Okay, let's remove this because I don't know why it's not playing here. Hold, please. There we go. Okay, I'm going to fast forward because it's just like this little promo thing. That was weird, right?
Next evolution of health and wellness in the metabolic world. You know, this
is Dr. Mike on the right with the glasses and the hat, and his wife Amy. Amy doesn't say a whole lot, which, okay, whatever. But Dr. Mike, do you think he's an MD? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all think he's an MD? While you're doing that, I'm going to pour my Dr. Pepper because it's time. It's time. So we're going to do that. Hang on a second. But let me know in the comments, do you think he's an MD? I don't know how I feel about that. Cheers, everybody. I hope you have your favorite beverage. Absolutely lovely. 26 months. Man, that is amazing. Thanks, Aunt Mel. I appreciate you so much. And what? What? Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Dr. Pepper Party, everybody. How fun. Oh man, is there an MLM name generator somewhere? Each one is worse than the last. Right. What is my computer doing here? Oh no, probably not. Yeah, no, he's a chiropractor. So just keep that in mind as we hear what he has to say today.
Is Let's Talk, but we are in the evolution of our new brand and our new step forward in the health arena. And so this call is becoming the weekly reset, the place where we come every week to reset our focus, to realign up our GPS so that we're moving forward in our direction toward optimal health and wellness. So my name is Dr. Mike Mills. This is my wife,
Amy, and we are introducing
Trilivy.
So we are
Trilivy.
super excited.
And tonight,
Matching shirts.
in order to get us started, we just want to start by sharing you an overview of the innovation, the science, and the scientific breakthrough that led us in this direction to
It's a lot of buzzwords for such a short period of time. This hair right here is bothering me. So you're going to see me fidget with it until it lays properly. Okay? I'm sorry.
creating a new brand in the metabolic health market, Trilivy.
We're living in a pattern our metabolism was never meant to endure. Morning coffee. More than 90% of US adults battle metabolic dysfunction. Excess weight, brain fog, low energy, and other signals your metabolism needs a reset, silently slipping in through unhealthy food, chronic stress, poor sleep, and sedentary routines. What if we could rewrite the story? Design a life fueled by a healthy body.
Such dramatic music for a video. Relax.
Healthy mind, and healthy finances. No more sitting on the sidelines or quiet guilt, hiding in family photos and telling friends.
You catch their pain points that they're going to be highlighting, missing out on family photos, activities, sitting off on the sidelines. The one thing that I feel like they're missing is, what about people with chronic pain? Because at one point they're going to talk about hiking and hiking up to a waterfall. What about somebody with chronic pain? What about somebody that just has mobility issues and can't do some of that stuff because it'll cause a flare up or could hurt them, literally, you know, like.
Maybe next time, you jump on new opportunities, repair your relationships, show up for your kids differently. Because weight is never
Not the parent shaming and guilt.
the whole story, just the most visible one. Introducing Trilivy. A three-phase metabolic health
it's not
system
done.
with 3 powerful components. Targeted nutrition backed by decades of scientific rigor and clinical heritage.
Decades of scientific rigor when it's a company that just came out, as they're trying to make it seem, right? Optavia rebranded to Trilivy. All new products, all new science, all new technology, but we have decades of research. Okay.
Human connection. In a world of automation and AI, our coaches help clients lose up to 10 times more weight and 17 times more fat. Habits of Health, an evidence-based proprietary framework for creating better, lasting habits. Powered by metabolic synchronization, our breakthrough science that reverses metabolic dysfunction by bringing your body's energy use.
Metabolic synchronization is a marketing term. So that's weird.
Fat burn and muscle preservation into harmony, helping.
Also, there's already something that helps with muscle preservation and burning fat on your body. And that's called body recomposition. That's been around for longer than Optavia, I'll tell you that much.
You look, feel, and live better. Trilivy is a uniquely comprehensive 3-phase approach to health ownership. Inspired by Trilogy, 3, and Vita and Via, meaning life and way. Because real change doesn't happen in one move, it happens in 3s. It's layered, dynamic, and multi-dimensional. A journey built for lifelong transformation through metabolic science and human connection. With no endpoint or straight line to success. Just a life of freedom.
Excuse me. Lifelong transformation through metabolic science and human connection. Oy.
So great.
So
Greg,
great.
I'm glad that you could join us tonight. What an exciting moment this is. I mean, to me, it truly is historic. And I know that you have been able to watch the evolution of, where we started, where we've been, and where we're going. And I would just love for you to share why this evolution into Trilivy was so necessary.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It wasn't necessary at all. No.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mike and Amy. It is my pleasure to speak with you. You guys have probably listened to me before, and I've been around the coaching world here for 16 years. So it's been a long time. I've seen a lot of the evolutions and the upgrades as we're trying to um, be out in front of where the culture is going and trying to truly address the challenges. And back in the early days, this is 50 years ago, there was a company called MetaFast, and it was a medical fast. And it was designed back then for people that were going into surgery to lose 40 pounds in 2 months so they would survive surgery and general anesthesia.
Right.
This is
And it was probably monitored by a doctor, I would imagine. And then we have Optavia, and now we have Trilivy.
way back.
Ugh.
There was no company. There was just this protocol that allowed people to lose weight. And Dr. Anderson
Decided to, in my opinion, take advantage and roll it out as an MLM so he could pad his own pocket while virtue signaling that, hey, we're helping people get healthy.
knew about it and said, well, this is interesting, but it's not good enough. And so Dr. Anderson got involved and launched the company called Take Shape for Life, right? And he was like, let's make this more lasting rather than just surviving surgery. Let's actually live in a robust life. But Take Shape for Life got a lot of, it kind of kept a lot of the weight loss focus. And so
Well, yeah. What do you think Optavia did? Optavia was all about weight loss. That was their whole marketing shtick, was weight loss.
we did Take Shape for many years and had habits of health, and we were trying to create a lifelong transformation system that didn't just focus on temporary weight loss where people just rebounded back, but we were trying to teach people how to have these habits. But it was still rooted.
Trying to teach people to have these habits, but people that have been a part of Optavia have often talked about how they were encouraged to cycle on and off the 5-in-1, how they were encouraged to be even more strict and only eat the powdered fueling. I say eat, drink, mix, whatever, the powdered fuelings. I think it was called a fat burn blitz.
In the old diet ways. So then we birthed Optavia,
You what?
the optimal way. And Optavia had the latest science, had some upgrades to the fuelings, and some upgrades to even our coaching platform. And it did a pretty good job. Unfortunately,
It did a pretty good job, but we had to rebrand to get away from people that were sharing the truth about Optavia and what it's really like. We had to rebrand because Optavia was getting a bad rap for being a multi-level marketing company. Come on.
it still wasn't good enough.
It still wasn't good enough. Okay. KD, member for 27 months. Thank you so much. Starvation/undereating isn't a habit anybody needs. Thank you. Period.
With in 2022, a lot of medical weight loss things are out. People are getting these metabolic biometric scales. People are becoming more educated to dive deeper than just the big number on the scale. And will that change? And so what Optavia did at the time is they took their science and they actually discovered some very profound clinical data that was important enough that we had to upgrade and evolve again. And
What clinical data? Be really specific, because that's how science works. Be very specific. What data? What study? What is your source? What did they find?
that's where Trilivy came. And so Trilivy is far more than a weight loss program. It's actually It's a weight loss program that targets the right kind of weight.
As opposed to the wrong kind of weight? What do you mean? It's so interesting to me watching this company in particular flip-flop, because he just sat here and said, oh, well, Optavia was all about, or Take Shape for Life was all about weight loss. We want to focus on more. But everything about it was weight loss. Everything about Optavia was weight loss. And it's the same way with Trilivy. They're trying to use all of these marketing terms to make it sound like they're doing something that's scientifically significant. And all they're doing is taking body recomposition, and they're trying to sell you overpriced fuelings, put you in an extreme calorie deficit, eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day. You drop a bunch of weight because you are severely under fueling. And they're like, look, it works. What happens after you start eating? What happens after you normalize what you're eating, how you're eating, all of that stuff? What happens then? Oh, we know, because I've had several of you that have been a part of Optavia say, hey, I had to, work on my metabolism, my relationship with food. I didn't know what to eat, how to eat. I was scared of everything. You had to relearn everything by working probably with a dietitian, which, shout out to the dietitians. Y'all are amazing.
And it also includes all of these other awesome things that come along with changing our bodies metabolically, right? So balancing blood sugars, reversing type 2 diabetes, insulin sensitivity, all
Diet and exercise and incorporating fiber is how you can help with that. Seeing your doctor, having some fasted blood work done, checking your cholesterol, checking your fasted blood glucose, checking your hemoglobin A1C. You guys get it.
all these different types of things. And so the company said, we can't keep the old name
Right.
because
Why can't you keep the old name? What do you mean? See my notes from a few minutes ago.
it just doesn't do enough justice for what the world needs and who we're becoming.
What do you mean? Imagine going through an entire rebrand and then trying to tell everybody online the reason that we're doing it is because Optavia just didn't do it justice. And now we have to rebrand. We have to come up with a new name because of how we want to serve the world. Give me a freaking break. Give me a freaking break. Oh my God. Oh, Fluffy Duck Butt 24. Drink every time he says birthing. LOL. Someone said the products are after birth. Oh my God. Thanks for being a member for 46 months. I appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member, you can click join, the join button down below. And we're going to do a members only after party after this, which we typically do on Wednesdays. So at the afterbirth.
And so Trilivy was
And that's why I'm here, friend. To keep it fun and educate.
birthed. And now this is a 3-step process that we're going to talk to you about tonight. But we're also going to talk about the science of how the fuelings have increased in the quality. The work that the fuelings do for us now is much deeper and much more profound. And then the game-changing factors,
Game changer.
which is the coaching model and how the accountability increases your results. And we'll talk about that a little.
Oh my God. If you have any kind of accountability in place, if your goal, really with any goal, of course you're going to be more successful. But here's the problem that I have with these coaches. None of them, well, I shouldn't say none of them, because unfortunately there's probably some personal trainers and whatever out there, unfortunately, that are a part of Optavia. But most of these coaches are not qualified. They took an online test through Optavia to become certified. And chances are they're probably on the 5-in-1 and cycling on and off the 5-in-1 themselves. And that's how these people are becoming qualified to coach other people. They buy a kit, they go through the training, they take the 100-question online test, and then poof, now they're metabolic coaches or whatever term they're using.
A little bit more, but that's kind of the evolution as to how we've gotten to where we are now. And quite frankly, the simplest way is
Hello, Debbie and crew.
all the previous forms were not adequate for the tasks that we have in front of us today.
Why weren't they adequate? I don't understand.
That is beautiful, Craig.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful. Beautiful. Dr. Mike, who's a chiropractor.
you know, I think it's sometimes important for us just to realize how big of a challenge we are facing. You know, right now we are in a space where only 10% of Americans are metabolically healthy, meaning 90% are not, right? And metabolic health just doesn't affect our physical health.
I'm laughing because meaning 90%. Yes, we can do math. Thank you, Dr. Mike. It's very helpful.
Metabolic health is affecting our mental well-being. It's affecting our financial well-being. It's affecting
Craig, I beg of you, bring it down a little bit. You're way too excited about this rebrand.
our relationship and our connections within our family. It affects our communities. And we're really to a place now where it's affecting future generations, you know?
Mike, I
And
wanted to talk a little bit about that because here's a visual maybe.
Visual?
So you're metabolically not healthy, which means it hurts to walk.
What?
Okay, we'll just say something really simple.
Okay, now
And then
how
you're
do you know that? How do you know that somebody that's metabolically not healthy, according to him, it hurts to walk? Is this just an example he's giving? Because maybe that's the case, but where is this coming from?
the whole family has gone to see a waterfall, or they've
This is emotional manipulation, what we're about to hear, FYI.
gone to some place where there's something beautiful to see. And you can't make that memory with them because your legs hurt. And so you sit at the bench at the bottom of the
Why is he talking like this, first of all?
trail, and everybody goes up to the top and makes a memory that doesn't include you. This is what Mike is talking about in practical terms. When we have our bodies that say, we can do that, let's go.
And again, what about people with chronic pain? What about people with mobility issues? What about people that don't have the ability to walk? And you're sitting here making it seem like this is the answer. Well, is this going to answer those things? No, it's not.
Now we don't miss out on those memories.
yeah,
Ugh.
so powerful.
Very
You know,
powerful.
and
So powerful. You mean manipulative? Because what a weird way to say this is manipulative by saying powerful.
just along that line too, Craig, I mean, I think a lot of people miss that, you know, the number one cause of bankruptcy in our country is medical bills, right? That is the financial impact that this is happening throughout our society and impacting us on a day-to-day level, right? And how that aspect of the trilogy of health really has meaning to it. But the scientific breakthrough that really led us in this direction was
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Debbie came prepared. We have an endocrinology fellow with us watching. Well, hello, endocrinology fellow. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate you, Debbie.
something called metabolic synchronization, right? And it really
I'm sorry, what? Metabolic what? That sounds like a marketing term. That doesn't sound like anything scientific. Metabolic synchronization. That sounds good or something.
is a beautiful concept.
Beautiful.
And what it means is it's our breakthrough in science that reverses metabolic dysfunction, right? 90% of people have this, and we now found that we have a protocol that reverses metabolic dysfunction, improves body composition by bringing our body's energy use and fat burn and muscle.
Metabolic synchronization, our breakthrough science that reverses metabolic dysfunction and improves body composition by bringing your body's energy use, fat burn, and muscle preservation into harmony. Who's going to tell them that body recomposition has been a thing for a very, very long time? But we don't call it metabolic synchronization, and we definitely don't require anybody to buy their overpriced fuelings.
preservation into harmony, right? So, Craig, I thought it'd be great if you could just kind of bring that into context of what that actually means to us.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Well, there's a fun word, just
Fun.
metabolism. Everybody say it with me. Metabolism, right?
Why? Why are we having people repeat the word metabolism like they're 5? Craig, DC, that has to be a reel. That clip has to be a reel or a short. You know what I mean?
And metabolism is really something very simple. It's the way your body stores or uses energy.
Energy, right?
Simple, right? So we bring in energy from food,
Correct.
and our body either uses it or stores it. That's our metabolism.
Correct.
Right? And then when that's all functioning properly, you have metabolic synchronization. All your endocrine systems and your cardiovascular systems and all these different systems inside your body, they're all working in harmony.
I have a question for the endocrinologist that is watching with Debbie. When your endocrine system is working properly with all the other systems in your body, is that called metabolic synchronization?
We're just at a big metabolic conference and they had this symphony play, and they were showing how when the musical instruments played in synchronicity, it was music and it was magic. And then they played out of sync and it was a disaster. And it was an audible version of what's going on inside of our bodies. And
you know what's a disaster, Craig? This video that you did with Dr. Mike, a chiropractor, and Amy Mills. This is a disaster. Trilivy, disaster. Optavia, disaster. Period. That's all I got.
So synchronization is when you bring all the parts together so they play a symphony, and that's when we're synchronized. And so
I feel like they took homeostasis and they're like, I don't like that term. I don't like it. So we're going to say metabolic synchronization. I feel like that's what they're doing. Homeostasis isn't good enough. That doesn't sound, as appealing. So we're going to say something like, metabolic synchronization. That's the one. I'm waiting on bated breath for Debbie's answer.
So metabolism and metabolic dysfunction is when those things aren't working together. You've heard the term too, where somebody says, I have a beer belly, right? Well, there's actually no beer in there.
Oh, really? I'm so shocked that there's no beer in a beer belly, Craig. Thank you for that.
Right? But what goes on, it's like you don't open them up and there's a 6-pack of beer. It's actually what happens over time is carrying that weight out in front around your organs is the dangerous kind of weight. It's called visceral fat. And visceral fat is killer fat. So think about that. Visceral fat equals killer fat. Okay. So when we're in metabolic dysfunction or metabolic even syndrome, those types of things are when these bodies, our symphony is not playing together. And synchronization is when we start to reduce that fat.
I wonder if they've stolen the frequencies from Frequence for the synchronization. Oh, Mel, that was good.
Getting the conductor, and it starts getting everybody playing in concert, and things start to thrive. And you can explain a little bit about these 3 stats here, because they are fantastic representations of when you're in synchronization and what that looks like.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful example, Craig.
Beautiful.
And, this is...
I'm sorry. I can't remember the whole symphony example, except our bodies are not musical instruments. So
is really what we learned from this research and this study. And this is what we found, is that we were reducing this visceral fat that fat inside that's wrapping around and essentially choking your organs, right? We were targeting that and creating a 14% reduction in just 16 weeks.
Sorry, that light was kind of bright.
At the same time, we found in this study that we were retaining 98% of lean mass. So if you say, what is lean mass? Well, essentially everything other than fat, okay, is
Yeah, y'all are funny in the chat tonight. I love it.
lean mass. But what is part of that lean mass is muscle, and we were protecting muscle. So that is so.
Craig, what are we doing? Craig, what are we doing? What is happening? Also, you cannot target fat loss. Your body's going to lose fat. I have filmed too many videos today. Oh my God. Oh, okay.
So powerful because muscle isn't just something that makes you strong or fast or move. Muscle, from an endocrine standpoint, is your endocrine sponge as far as glucose.
Oh my God. Imagine being an endocrinologist on here listening to this chiropractor talk about the endocrine system and calling it an endocrine sponge. It couldn't be me. Could not be me.
Concerned, right? The more muscle you have,
Period.
the better that you can regulate your blood sugar, right? Muscle is literally part of your endocrine system, right? It helps in our metabolism, in the energy burn that's happening in our body day to day. It happens in glucose regulation, which helps to keep our insulin levels down, right? And so muscle plays a big, big role in quality of life. Muscle is literally now called our longevity organ, right? Because it gives us the capacity to move and experience life and to regulate our body hormonally and as well as physiologically. So what we found in this study.
Oh my God, him and Nick Martinez would be besties. Also, Nick uploaded at some point in the last few days another workout video. Do I need to cover it, you guys? Give me a yay or a nay in the comments.
Which is very amazing. And this study was specifically.
He said no, he's never heard that term, but he has some words for Mike. Nothing synchronizes. This isn't swimming, but now they're yelling.
Done on our system is that we were affecting these three areas. We were targeting visceral fat while preserving lean mass and protecting our muscle.
You can do that without being part of Optavia or Trilivy. I know that that is crazy. You could go to the doctor, get checked out, get a physical, have some blood work done. You could work with a registered dietitian and a personal trainer. You could start working out if you're able to, cleared by your doctor, all of that stuff. You could eat in a calorie deficit and lift weights and make sure you're getting adequate protein and make sure that you're properly fueling your body. And guess what? You're going to burn fat while you build muscle. No Optavia Fuelings needed ever. Okay.
And that is reversing metabolic dysfunction. And when we saw that happen, we realized that we weren't in the weight loss industry anymore. And all the things we were experiencing.
When we saw that happen, as if that's the only situation in this study of 198 participants that losing fat and gaining muscle exists, this is bizarre.
That energy, that mental clarity, that loss of
Erin, you're supposed to say drop a 3 if you guys want me to cover it. Drop a 3 in the chat.
Inflammation and brain fog that we were experiencing. That was all due to this process of the metabolic dysfunction being reversed and metabolic synchronization.
Don't tell them that I lost 100 pounds and built muscle without them and with PCOS, a metabolic condition. You know what, KD? Beautiful. We love that. We love that. Don't tell them though, because they're not ready for that conversation.
Starting to happen in our body. And that led us to be able to make some medical claims of what we could actually help people with.
Let's talk about medical claims for just a second.
Oh yeah, let's
Because
do
a
that.
medical claim, for some of us that aren't, in the legal.
You guys are not ready for this. I was watching some of this with the members the other day. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all are not ready for what this man says, these men, and Amy says a couple things, I think. Y'all are not ready for the claims that they're about to make. So just prepare yourselves.
Side of things, medical claims are what the government has put into place to protect end users from being scammed. Because you can make a claim that you can do something, you can lose 2,000 pounds and, all this different thing. You can grow hair. And if they're not true, you can actually be sued by the government and you can be shut down because they're trying to protect the end users that are.
No, they're trying to protect consumers, potential consumers. Craig.
Or gullible or that.
Gullible. Oh, don't put the blame on people that are making the health claims. Don't put the blame on them. Oh, it's the potential consumers' problem because they're gullible. Are you kidding me?
Research. And so for a company to be able to get an endorsement from the FTC and the FDA to make these types of medical claims, get this, without medications. Let that sink in.
What?
These are not prescriptions.
We know because they're not FDA approved. They're not. This is not a medication. These are, I guess they're considered supplements or food items. If we're talking about their fuelings, they also have other supplements as well. But of course it's not a medication. What do you mean? We know that. Thank God.
Right? That you get from a
visceral fat causes the pancreas. Visceral fat causes the pancreas to become challenged and tired, but he'd like to know what the, why can I not? Oh, there we go. He'd like to know what the adrenals are doing. Can we see the pituitary gland CT scan? What's the blood sugar? He's very annoyed. We're all very annoyed. We're all very annoyed. I bet he really is. Wait, aren't you doing the same thing, Craig?
doctor. This is a protocol that you can get through a health coach and that can reverse type 2 diabetes, high triglycerides go down, blood pressure goes down, and insulin sensitivity goes up. So these are profound medical.
Uh-oh. We have a link here for, is this for compliance? Yep.
Claim.
Since when did the FTC endorse anything? Exactly. Not a thing. Yep. They do not have FDA endorsement.
That aren't widespread in the industry. This is only Trilivy from the science and the studies that we specifically did.
Okay. I think now is a good time to talk about the studies that they did. Let me get my notes. Hold, please. Okay. So one of the things, or several of the things that these people talk about when it comes to Trilivy and the studies and all of that good stuff is they will say things like 14% reduction in visceral fat, 98% lean mass retained over 16 weeks. Dr. Mike at one point said the study was, or will say that the study was specifically done on our system. And technically, okay, but let's talk about what our system means here, because this was not a Trilivy study. It wasn't a MetaVantage study, and nobody was studying anything called Trilivy, not Trilivy, metabolic synchronization. This is an old Optavia and Medifast study that they are referring to. 2019 Arterburn study, 198 adults with overweight or obesity, 16 weeks and 3 groups. One group was the Optavia 5-in-1 plus telephone coaching. The second group was Medifast, with which they did the 4-2-in-1 for Fuelings, 2 lean and green, and I'm not sure what the one is, probably like a protein shake or something. I'm not sure. And then the control group was a self-directed reduced calorie diet. And the Optavia program, you're taking in roughly 800 to 1,000 calories a day. So keep that in mind as we're talking about this stuff, because they are going to continue to try to make it sound like they're having all of these metabolic breakthroughs. And here's the thing. The study had decent results. That's not me defending them. Hold on. I'm not saying that this study showed Optavia doesn't work for weight loss. If we're putting people in an extreme calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. And at 16 weeks, the Optavia group lost 5.7% of body weight. Medifast group lost about 5%. Both did better than the self-directed group on several weight and body composition outcomes. People lost body fat, abdominal fat went down, visceral fat went down, measurements went down. That's all real and in the study. Okay, that being said, here are the issues that I have with what they are doing and how they're going about doing it. What does that actually prove? You took people with overweight or obesity, you put them on a highly structured program providing roughly 800 to 1,000 calories per day, and they lost weight and body fat. Yeah. Do we need to invent a brand new metabolic process to explain why that happened? No, we don't. That's where you start losing me. And also, it was only a 16-week study. What happened the 16 weeks after that? And the 16 weeks after that? That's what I would be very, very interested to see. Also, let's talk about this 98% lean mass preservation thing. Optavia, the people that in the group that were taking the Optavia or following the Optavia protocol was around 98.5% lean mass preservation, Medifast 97.6. Fantastic. Okay. But the researchers themselves pointed out that it's because of adequate protein intake as likely the reason they preserved lean mass. And here's the thing, protein helps preserve lean mass during weight loss. We know that. So where's the evidence that this happened because of some new discovery process, new discovery called metabolic synchronization? Because that's what I want to see, but that doesn't exist. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Let's go back to this. Actually, yeah, sounds biased. Yes, for sure. They made all these changes, but using the study from previous systems. That part right there. Did all the groups aim for the same amount of calories? I would love to know. I would love to know that. Brianna Jewel, I know. She's amazing. I love her channel. She's an incredible human. Yeah, wild. Okay, let's go back to their video.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's one of the important parts that we don't talk about this a lot, but we're a part of a publicly traded company, which provides a level of protection to you, our clients, because of what Craig.
Does it protect your relationship with food? No, not at all. Does it protect healthy eating habits? No, definitely not, in my opinion.
Just said, right? What we say.
He said, tell a chiropractor to sit down. Medifast was physician ran, which is what I said at the beginning of this. I bet it was operated by doctors. Yeah. Programs in the 90s and people gained double the weight. Yikes.
And what we are talking about must go through these filters of governmental regulation to protect you, right? And I think that's just.
I do too.
Super powerful and important. But one of the next aspects of this innovation is a major enhancement to our fuelings. And so let's share a little video just to bring you up to speed with what has happened in this new.
Brace yourselves for the video.
New enhancement to our fuelings.
The future of targeted nutrition is here. Introducing Trilivy Reset Fuelings, now enhanced with MetaVantage technology.
Was the study done on this MetaVantage technology? No.
Formulated with proprietary ingredients designed to optimize metabolism. Because when your body functions better, you look, feel, and live better. The foundation of Trilivy's reset plans. Fuelings are nutrient-dense meal replacements scientifically designed with high-quality protein to help preserve muscle, fiber, and BC30 probiotic cultures to support digestive health.
Not everybody needs probiotics. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. If you have something going on with your digestion, go talk to your doctor. Please and thank you.
24 plus vitamins and minerals, including 50% of the daily value for vitamin D, the right balance of carbs and fat, all working together to help support a strong, targeted fat burn while protecting healthy muscle. And now, every fueling is formulated with MetaVantage technology, featuring...
Look how, that bar right there is like this big. It doesn't fill up that entire package. Come on.
clinically studied ingredients. Heat-treated postbiotic to help support a reduced waist circumference. Chromium picolinate to help maintain normal insulin function. And choline to support normal fat metabolism. When used alongside a structured and comprehensive reset plan, targeted nutrition resets metabolism and helps you lose the right weight, improving...
What is the wrong weight? I would love for them to try to explain to me what the wrong weight would look like if the goal is weight loss. I guess the only thing that I can think that they would mean by that is losing muscle mass because you're under fueling.
Body composition, not just changing the number on the scale. Trilivy Reset Fuelings, powered by MetaVantage
Oh, you're fine, DC. I appreciate you. It's good.
technology.
Oh,
So think about that, guys. We had Optavia Essential. Now we have Trilivy Reset Fuelings. So great.
Right. So that needs to be studied. You can't use the old data on products that you're not even selling anymore and say, see, it worked back then. Now they're even better. Craig.
It's so beautiful.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm super excited to bring on Mariah.
Okay, want to give a content warning here. We're going to get into the territory of before and after pictures shown and all of that stuff. So just want to warn you before we get into that.
Because sometimes, I don't know about you, I love the science, I love hearing about that, but I like results. And so Mariah was one of our pilot, and she has been doing this.
One of our pilot. That's weird how she said that. But basically, they had this pilot program where they, from the sounds of it, allegedly invited distributors that were a part of Optavia to do this 5-in-1 plan. If I remember correctly, they also were exercising, but it's been a while since I've covered that pilot program. So if you guys are aware of that, let me know in the comments. And if I'm incorrect about the working out, because I don't know how you could possibly be working out, taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day. No.
Back in February, they were announced, and I'm super excited to show her results, you guys. And this is what we're talking about when your metabolism starts changing, right? And
Okay, Amy, I'm going to pause you right there. Now, at the bottom of this, there's no disclaimer, and there's supposed to be a disclaimer to stay compliant. That's missing, number one. And the other day, yesterday, when I was running through this with the members, I don't know Mariah's height and weight. I don't know her activity level. I don't know any of that to figure out what her calorie intake should look like, what her macros should look like, according to Precision Nutrition, which they have a tool that I'm able to use and stay within my scope of practice. Okay, that being said, we were figuring out potentially her calorie intake, and they say the 5-in-1, you take in 800 to 1,000 calories a day. And I'm pretty sure, members, correct me if I'm wrong, if you were there for this, but I'm pretty sure we figured out that she was eating 800 calories on average per day based off of this 35.9 pound weight loss, and it's over 10 weeks. So she was losing 3.59 pounds on average per week. You can take that and do some math and all of that stuff. We did that the other day. I'm not going to do that here, but just know that we figured it out, and she was roughly taking in 800 on average, 800 calories a day. Yeah, no thanks.
So Mariah, I'm going to go through your scans here.
Also, posture is very different. Lighting is a little bit different. Angles are a little bit different. In the last two pictures, her arms are in different positions. Listen, if you're going to take before and after pictures, same outfit, same lighting, same angles, same everything. You really want to impress me? Take measurements.
You guys, you got to look at this. In fact, I want you to take a screenshot, because what you're seeing here.
She wants you to take a screenshot because this is emotional manipulation. She wants you to take a screenshot so that it's invoking that emotion from you when you come across it in your camera roll. Oh, God, I hate it.
Is what we're super excited about. And so.
Yeah, but one thing I just want to draw to attention is Mariah was working with us, right?
Yes.
And she was having a lot of success. And the only thing that switched was we brought in the MetaVantage technology fuelings, right?
Yes.
The only thing that switched is that you put her in a very, very extreme calorie deficit. The only thing that you switched, really, which fuelings was she taking in? Did she track that? How many calories a day was she eating? Did she track that? I would love to know more. I want to see the pictures of the foods. I want to see the documentation. I want to see all of that. I would calculate it myself. But from what we're seeing here, these numbers that they're sharing, 800 calories a day. No, thank you.
So she was part of the pilot of people that we got to work with that were experiencing this for the first time. So when we introduced the MetaVantage technology fuelings, these are the 85-day progress results.
Yes. So on here, you see that this was 85 days since she had done the pilot. And Mariah, share with me the beginnings of this program.
Okay, before Mariah shares, I just want to throw something out there. When you come across stuff like this online, before and after pictures and weight loss and all of these very emotionally manipulative, phrases and statements, it's really, really important if you are somebody that is trying to lose weight or maintain weight or even gain weight. It's really, really important that you ask yourself, what happened in the 85 days after this? Did Mariah continue to lose weight? Did she continue to take in roughly 800 calories a day? Probably not. That's not sustainable. Did she put weight back on? Probably very, very likely. And why? Because anytime you're putting yourself into an extreme calorie deficit like that, it is not sustainable. And when you start eating, what do you think your body's going to do? You're going to gain weight. So you're better off learning habits that you can implement slowly, daily. And when you've mastered that, you can add more habits in. Slow and steady weight loss or weight gain is the safest, in my opinion.
Like your thoughts, and even when you started, what you were thinking.
I was so excited. Even though I had been doing the 5-in-1, I was like, "Ooh, well, what's next? What do we got coming?" I would be honored to be part of that. So when I first started, it was exciting. It was new, even though, the fundamentals didn't change. The new science was really what picked it up and brought it forward.
And so when you started, you had the scale, the metabolic scale, which was very important, right? As we started to look at this every single week, instead of just a regular scale. Because this,
you can get a metabolic scale anywhere.
Gave us the results that we were looking for. Honestly, you guys, if you see the before and after here picture.
Okay, Debbie says, he just pulled up a current study that demonstrates that too little calories causes muscle wasting and can cause pseudo-diabetes, meaning the body is underfueled, creating high blood sugar, hence weight loss. Yikes.
And you see her, what was so surprising, look at here at the top, her total weight loss in this 85-day progress, right? It was 35.9 pounds. But the The total fat loss was 38.8 pounds. That is your metabolism that Craig was talking about. That is metabolic synchronization. And what we're talking about, that is Trilivy with the new product line.
No, that incorrect. That is your body literally trying to survive because you are so severely under fueling.
Right? Because we are targeting more body fat. And why did it go lower than the actual weight loss? Because she gained muscle. Well,
wait a second. This must be some sort of a physiological breakthrough. You mean to tell me you are under fueling? You're not resistance training because you're not supposed to work out on the 5-in-1, and you gained muscle. I don't think so. I don't think so.
She was losing weight. Like, I don't know if there's anything else out there that shows these type of results within 85 days, you guys. And you can see in her measurements, right, on there. And so
where are said measurements? I don't see the measurements on here. What are we talking about?
So Mariah, tell me how you were feeling throughout the process. Because I know we had our coaching sessions, and I know there are some things that you told me that kind of blew me away when I was asking you how you were feeling and what was going on.
There were a few major changes for me, and the first one that just kind of took over was the food noise was gone. I didn't have a lot of food noise while I was in the 5-in-1, but you know, there were days.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are a liar. There is no other way for me to say that. You mean to tell me that you were eating 800 calories a day on average based on the math that I did on the numbers that you shared, and you had no food noise? I'm going to need you to be so for real right now. Your body taking in 800 calories is literally going to say, we are starving. The alarms are going to be going off, but you didn't hear any food noise, girl. Be so for real right now.
That were harder than others. And once I really got into that really deep fat burn, it was gone. The mental clarity was through the roof. I was able to balance my hormones even more, you guys.
Oh, really? Really? Which hormones? And do tell us how they work. Which hormones are we balancing? And how was it tested? Did you have lab work done? Did you see, I don't know, an endocrinologist? No, you just felt better. So you're like, oh, my hormones are balanced. What is happening?
PMOS is a major part of my story, and I have successfully been able to work at reversing that as we move through here.
No, it was so beautiful because she has started making such radical changes, you guys, that her doctor even noticed. And
wait a second. I thought you said the only thing she changed was the 5-in-1 or the fuelings that she was eating, but now she's made radical changes. Got it. Okay.
Wanted to know what the heck she was doing. This is the change that we're talking about, how it's going to ripple into the next generation, you guys. These are the differences that
You know what's going to ripple into the next generation in my household? Fueling properly, strength training, adequate sleep, having a great sleep hygiene routine, resting when you need it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Drinking water, eating balanced. Those are the things that I'm going to pass down to my family, to my children, after learning all the wrong things to do for so many years. And hopefully I'm passing that down through my content because
seen, and it's just with that metabolic dysfunction that now you have a solution that I call quality weight loss, because it matters, right? It matters.
I'm sorry, quality weight loss? You mean to tell me somebody doing these extreme habits you're going to call quality weight loss?
What you're losing.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Mariah. What a beautiful example of what's possible and why the MetaVantage technology was added into our fueling system. But one of the things that we also found in this study that I think is so powerful, Craig, I'll let you share about this, but we call it the force multiplier.
Please enlighten us, Craig.
Yeah, and so I'm going to take you, we'll go into the stats here in a second, but just imagine if you're driving along in your car and you get a certain kind of gas mileage. But if you have Amy, health coach Amy, in the past,
Health coach Amy. She passed her 100-question quiz that Trilivy puts out so that they can say they're a certified coach. That's not recognized by anybody else outside of the company.
Passenger seat, you get 10 times more better gas mileage. Imagine that. Just
who did that and why?
Think about that for a second. 10 times more weight and specifically 17 times more fat. Like you can have the exact same fuelings. You can even have the new upgraded fuelings. But when you have a coach along for the accountability, the encouragement, the relatability, all of that, 10 times more weight and 17 times more fat.
Well, yeah, of course. You have accountability, you have a coach. But when you're working with a qualified coach that's going to teach you how to have actual healthy habits, have a healthy relationship with food and exercise, and learning to be inclusive in what you're eating, building a complete plate, using the hand method to track, or weighing if you're somebody that wants to weigh food, or learning how you want to operate and or your goals and how you want to go about those goals is what a trained professional is going to do. These are amateurs. These are amateurs that are trying to sell you fuelings to make an income. They're trying to get you to drop a bunch of weight very, very quickly so that they can high pressure you into becoming an Optavia/Trilivy coach so that you can post those pictures and cause these emotional reactions to people and repeat the cycle over and over and over again. If you can learn how to eat balanced, if you can learn to, go to the doctor, get a checkup, have some blood work done, have some preventative testing and screening done, learn how to eat healthy for your goals, for your body, for your levels of activity, you're going to be so much better off than getting sucked into these companies and fearing food and the whole manipulation system that they have set up. And I'm going to call it that. I'm going to call it a manipulation system.
When I'm going to encourage you guys, for those of you that have left your coach out of your equation, you might want to give them a call and bring them back in, because they are the force multiplier for you folks. And I'm telling you, we don't want to temporarily lose weight. We want to learn to live in synchronization way after the reset.
I want to know Mariah's results since being in this pilot group. I want to know how long the pilot group was, because I don't recall. I want to know all of this data from her after the fact. Where is she at? What is she doing? How is her food habits? Is she working out? Is she strength training? I have so many questions, because they are only going to highlight the things that make them look the best. Look, she lost 39.5 pounds in 10 weeks. Look at these before and after pictures, even though some of them look a little interesting. I'll just say it that way. They don't ever do a follow-up. Now, why do you think that could be? Well, I'll tell you. It's probably because these habits are not sustainable and people put weight right back on, and then some. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Also, do we have 5 gifted memberships? Thank you so much. Hey D, thank you. I appreciate that. And welcome to the new members. And I hope I see you in the members only after party. We do have a visitor. I think it's a great time to take just a quick little break. We have a special little kitty. Also, Luna plushie update. Are you going to come over here? They had the coloring incorrect. They had her coloring incorrect. So I went back and said she's a gray and black tabby. She's not brown. And so they were going to fix that. Once they fix that, then I believe they're going to produce a 3D version and send it to me. So I'll have something to show you guys. And once that's all approved, then we'll be able to move forward and everybody will get their plushie and be able to purchase plushies, which is very exciting. And I'm still going to help the, I can't remember the name of it. I'm drawing a blank, but it's an organization that helps with cat rescue here in Las Vegas. So we're going to donate 20% of proceeds to that. So I'm very excited for that. That is the Luna update. She decided she didn't want to hang out. So we'll go back and then she'll circle back, I guess. I don't know.
I love that, Craig. And I just want to add one powerful thing that you said there. I was in the passenger seat and we put Mariah in the driver's seat. And that's really what this destination is about, is putting you and equipping you and putting you in that driver's seat to know that you can go wherever you want to go. And
okay, here's the thing. When I'm working with personal training clients or nutrition clients, they are the experts on their body. They are the experts. I am bringing the information. I'm helping with, habits and tweaking things and form checks and things of that nature. But the client is always going to be in the driver's seat. I am the passenger. That is how a good coach works. So you don't need to be working with Trilivy. I'm not saying work with me. I'm just saying this is so sketchy. That's really how I should have said that. These people are so sketchy. They'll sprinkle in some things that are true, but then, yeah, I don't know.
That's with the coach in the community, the science-backed products, and the Habits of Health transformational system with the mindset.
Typical tabby behavior, right?
Right? Those are the game changers. And really, I say the foundation of our system with Trilivy.
And that's why those three components are considered our Trilivy metabolic health system.
Yeah.
So the MetaVantage technology that has been added into our fuelings is
right. It's been added, which means it hasn't been studied in the study that they like to reference from 10 years ago. Yeah. Come on.
Platform of proprietary ingredients, formulas that are designed to optimize your metabolism by unlocking key metabolic pathways. And so there's some specific ingredients that were used in order for that to happen. And so those three areas are chromium picolinate, right? Which chromium picolinate helps to maintain healthy insulin function.
Hold on. I want to look this up. I know that I've done a video on this where we looked at this, but I want to look this up. Chromium picolinate studies. Some of you might be a little faster at finding this than I. Oh, interesting. Scientific studies on chromium picolinate showed mixed and modest results. While some clinical trials report small improvements in insulin resistance, blood sugar control, and carbohydrate cravings, major health organizations like the National Institutes of Health and the American Diabetes Association note that the evidence remains inconsistent and insufficient to officially recommend it for treating diabetes or obesity. That comes directly from the National Institutes of Health. Okay, what was the other thing? Choline. Let's look that up. Choline studies. Oh, hang on. Choline studies. If I could type properly, I apologize. Okay, this is for anxiety. No. Choline for on weight loss. Okay. Choline helps the body process fats and prevent fat buildup in the liver, but direct clinical proof that it causes significant weight loss in humans is limited. Well, are y'all shocked? I'm not. What is the other thing? Choline, chromium picolinate, clinically studied postbiotic. Well, you guys already know how I feel about that.
I've got a little piece on that. If you think
go ahead,
of,
Craig.
yeah, if you think of insulin, so imagine the cell in your
Oh man, congratulations. That's awesome.
body is like a room. Insulin is akin to the doorway. chromium is the doorknob. So it helps the door get open so that the energy can get into the cell. It's genius. It's so good.
No, that's beautiful. I love that.
It's beautiful. I love that. Except no, it's not. Except no, we just looked it up and debunked in like 2 seconds, according to the National Institutes of Health.
That helps it bring it to life. So the choline is to support normal metabolism, right, and fat burn. And then the postbiotics have been shown to reduce waist circumference. So
What postbiotics are we talking about? Name them specifically. Name the strains, please. I beg of you.
they have been brought together in a blend with our.
It's not a randomized control study. The data can be manipulated without a control group. This is like ordering berberine from Amazon. Again, what is correlation between age, gender, race, and lab work? Yeah, why so many metaphors? Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you.
Fuelings that already have all of your vitamins and minerals and probiotics to enhance that. So the nutritional blueprint is they're nutritionally dense, they're high quality protein, they're interchangeable, there's 24 vitamins and minerals, they have our pre and probiotics, and there's no flavors or sweeteners from artificial sweeteners. So this is a.
From what? Did you mean artificial sources? Maybe Mike is underfueled. And that's why he was stumbling on his words, because I know I get like that when I'm hungry.
Major
You're not you when you're hungry.
enhancement to what we've already been offering. And this is exactly why.
By the way, we have 105 people on here live and only 41 likes. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Please and thank you.
As Craig explained earlier, this evolution to Trilivy, it was necessary,
Yes.
right? In order for us to be able to move into this metabolic world and really offer the full trilogy of optimal health and really take us to where we're going, which is actually making a change in the metabolic health of our country. And that starts with each of us individually.
I love it. I love it. And it's so good too, when you
So
guys are
good.
thinking about this, is now that we have access to the technology, one of the things that wasn't on there was improved flavors. And flavor's not everything. You want the function first, the flavor second, but the flavor's there too.
Okay, first of all, in many cultures, food is a celebration. Food is important for so many things, not just to fuel our bodies, but it is also part of culture. It is part of sharing meals and spending time with people and celebrations and things of that nature. There's nothing wrong with food tasting good. What he's saying here is such an alarm. It's sending off such an alarm in my brain. It's okay for you to enjoy food. It is okay for things to taste good. It's so interesting that he just said that when he was like, well, we were wanting to improve flavor, but flavor isn't everything. There's nothing wrong with food tasting good.
Too. I'm going to be real clear about that. I've tasted some of these and they're delightful as usual. But the reality is that as you're going through that, you got the reset, and the reset's important. And then we move beyond the reset to refine. And refining, it's been very difficult, actually.
Oh, yes, let's do this. What's some of the delicious food you have eaten lately? Drop it in the chat. Yes. What's for dinner? Now, I was originally going to do these chicken nachos, but I was very busy today, as I know many of you were busy today, and I didn't have a chance to take the chicken out to thaw and then put it in the crock pot. So I'm pretty sure we're going to order dinner tonight, which doesn't happen a whole lot because if you've been around for a while, you know I do a lot of cooking around here. So, but not tonight. We're going to order something to eat, and I'm kind of excited about it because it doesn't happen a whole lot. So anyways, let me know what you are having, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching live, or, I know we're all in different time zones. So what was your last meal, or what is going to be your next meal? Let us know. And orange chicken. Yes, please. Oh, be right there, Lushy. Be right there.
For us to lose body fat and gain muscle until now.
Yeah, why is Mariah still on here? Mariah, are you okay? Blink twice if we need to come rescue you.
Doing those simultaneously has virtually been impossible, right? Now we can do those. Mariah just. showed you the results. They can happen simultaneously.
Mariah
which
just
is
showed you the
fantastic.
results. Show me the results after these last 85 days. Let's see the next 85 days and then the next 85 days after that.
And then we're going to move from reset. We go into the refine and the renew. And those are the next phases of moving beyond weight loss and moving really into body composition, into that rise.
What do you mean, body? If you're losing fat and you're gaining muscle at the same time, that is body recomposition. Why are we moving from body recomposition into the next phase of body recomposition? What do you mean?
Mode where you're not going back to the old favorites. Why? Because you found some new favorites, and those favorites love you back.
Yeah, I love that. And just to address something in the chat here on how doing this with whole food, that's why you're in the reset for just a moment, because then when you move into the next phase, which is refine, we are going to bring in more whole foods and your body's going to adjust because you have metabolically synchronized what's happening. And it's such a game changer
because you have metabolically synchronized. You can do all of this in a sustainable way, slowly, with whole foods. You don't need to buy these overpriced fuelings. You don't need to work with these people that are, I'm going to use a term, and if you're prior military like I am, you're going to know exactly what I mean. I'll explain after. But you don't need to work with these people that are this ate up over Trilivy, wearing the merch, wearing the hat, you know, probably talking to people at the grocery store. Weird. And if you're like, what does ate up mean? Ate up means like, when I was in basic training and after I graduated from boot camp, it was, you're wearing all the Air Force merch. Like you're a walking billboard for the Air Force. And that was called being ate up. Anyways.
needs to be done.
That was a long time ago.
Done, right? As you're happening through the reset and moving into those next things.
Well,
So
and your lean and green is whole foods from day one.
Yes.
Just want to be clear.
Yes.
We got
Yes.
whole foods from day one. Yeah.
That's right.
Love that.
All right, guys. So
You get a lean and green, a singular lean and green meal. So just want to be clear. Craig wants to be clear that you're doing whole foods from the beginning. 1 meal a day with a lean protein and some green vegetables. 1. The other 5 meals that you're having are like 100-calorie snack packs.
as we wrap this up tonight, we want you to know that we know that the Optavia client app is going to be sunsetted, and we are going to evolve into an upgraded version that we now call the Client Hub. This Client Hub is going to have all the things that
So you have a new app. How profound.
you've grown to love, with many more enhancements. So all of your recipes, yes, still included in there. The Habits of Health system, it's in there. Your daily connection points and videos, they're still there. All your guides and resources are there. So the new digital Trilivy reset guide is in there with all of the research that we went through tonight, as far as
All of the research. Hey, Mike, because I'm not going to call you Dr. Mike. What research exactly did you go over tonight? Oh, man. I know they got off of this and they were like, oh, my God, that was so good. You nailed it. No, you didn't.
you know, all the accommodations for exercise and all of those things. So yes, this
Wait. Who's writing the exercise programs, and which clients in which phase are doing any kind of exercise? Oh my God, I would love to see this. I would love to see it. I did. Okay, one of the videos, I tell you guys this. One of the videos that I filmed today was the internet has lost the plot, because I came across some really interesting things in the last week or two, and I was like, I want to cover this, and I just kind of put them all in one video. One is a Khloe Kardashian exercise video. What is she working out? Shoulders. Now, if you have been here a while, you know that I love working shoulders, and I have some very, very developed shoulders, if you will. That's why we have the shoulder smolder here that was so lovingly called that by DC. And anyways, so that's coming. And then have you guys seen the love sack situation? It's on TikTok. I know not everybody's on TikTok. It's probably on Instagram too. Have y'all heard about that? Anyways, filmed that and would love to get my hands on some of these exercises with Trilivy. I almost said Optavia, but you know, I would love to get my hands on that.
Solution is here. You can receive this app now from your coach. They can provide that to you and through your mentorship. I believe Chris may even be adding that into the chat. And so next week we have an exciting announcement. We are officially launching the new webinar podcast.
YouTube, you say?
And YouTube broadcast of the weekly reset. This is going to be an expanded version. We are going to be integrating in with greater portions of the field so that we can bring you more connection, more voices, and really bring this science to life. You know, the mission of Trilivy is beautiful. Yeah. And here is the mission: creating lifelong transformation through metabolic science and human connection. And this community and your coach are the human connection point. And the Medifast Metabolic Health Institute is going to continue to evolve the science.
Medifast, what did he say? Medifast Metabolic Institute? Have y'all ever heard that before? Oh, maybe that's like their organization. That's the first time I've heard this. I'm going to have to look into this, I feel like.
You're in the right place at the right time, heading in the right direction to create the health and life you wanted through the trilogy of optimal health: healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. Thank you so much.
Healthy finances in an MLM? You've got to be joking.
Much, Craig, for joining us tonight. Mariah, such an inspiration to all of us. We can't wait to see you again next week. Everybody have a wonderful night.
Okay, goodbye. Mike, you will be seeing my face again. Yeah, can't wait for that. Well, that's tonight's video. What did y'all think? On a scale, on a 5-star scale, how exactly would you rate their presentation? 1 meaning, what was that? 5 being 5 stars. 5 being like, oh my God, they nailed it. It was beautiful. That's sarcasm. But anyways, let me know. Rate them in the comments if you will. Oh, what a glorious time. I appreciate you guys so much for being here and listening to me rant and rave and hopefully share some information that helps people have a better relationship with food and exercise and all of that good stuff. If you have not already, if you would like and subscribe, that would be awesome. You can turn the bell notification on if you'd like to be notified anytime I upload anything. I do have some get ready with me's coming that I filmed today. Some of you have been asking for skincare. Now, I am not an esthetician at all, but I'll show you what I'm using. So I filmed that along with some get ready with me makeup things. That is coming in the form of shorts. So prepare for that. The Ninja Creamy recipe, the s'mores dupe, that is coming soon. It's in my freezer right now. I may film that tonight or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. And I feel like what else is coming? We have The Internet Has Lost the Plot. We have, oh yeah, we have Ashley Mayfield coming. Ashley Mayfield used to be in It Works. She's referred to as the pastor's wife, but also speaks atrociously. Or used to. I didn't really feel like she did that in this video. And then I also have another Shackley video coming. So those were all filmed today. There's a lot coming. I'm very, very excited for you guys to see all of the things that I filmed today. So coming soon. Thank you for being here. If you are a member, I'm going to use the facilities real quick, and then we're going to jump into a members only after party. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. If you'd like to become a member, click the join button. Thanks for being here, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.